Hey guys, Rookie Lock here, back once again. I hope everyone's having a great day as always, and hopefully a quick video for you guys today. Actually more so for Chris. So me and Chris were just discussing how to shim locks, more specifically how to shim locks with sidebars, like Assa Twin for example, Assa Twin 6000. But I'll start with this. So we all know, we all know how to shim a lock with just a standard pin tumbler lock. We either use a blank key or a rake, and we rake the pins as we slip in a shim, and that shim basically goes in between the key pins and the drivers and the shear line, and basically bridges those holes. So once we get the shim all the way to the front, we can just turn the lock over, take the shim out, and follow the core out as usual. But on high security lock, it's basically the same thing except for one minor difference. So I already have this lock shimmed, so all the top pins are held up at shear. But the sidebar is not shimmed, so obviously the lock won't turn. But just because the lock doesn't turn doesn't mean we can't get it out, because there's nothing holding the sidebar and the plug in the lock at this point. Everything's to shear, and like I said, there's no the milling for the sidebar goes all the way through. So with a follower, course, that one. With a follower, we can just push this core right out the front, hopefully. As you can see, nothing holds that sidebar in the lock. So I hope you guys understand what happened there, but I'm gonna gut this lock just because maybe I can better illustrate what happens. I will say too, I should have mentioned this first. Plan A would be to take this top strip off. Same thing as shimming, take all the pins out of play. There's nothing holding this plug in. The sidebar is holding it from turning, but the sidebar doesn't hold it from coming right out the front. So actually I'm going to do this the quick way, since all these pins are the same. One, two, three, four, five. And another thing I'll add right now about shimming this specific lock with these specific pins, it can be kind of tricky. As you can see here, we have like we call them gin bottle spools. And when you're lifting this to shear, you could easily get the shim caught in that part of the spool. So what I do to avoid that is I make sure that I overlift everything, and instead of trying to put the shim in as you're lifting, I put the shim in as I'm lowering the pins to get it. But the main part is just to get this shim in all the way, and then the core will come out straight out the front. How could I was going to say I could demonstrate this again, but these pins aren't going to stay in place. But yeah, like I said, since that milling goes all the way through the lock, there's nothing stopping this. There's nothing holding this cylinder from coming straight out. The sidebar is holding it from turning, but not coming straight out. I hope I'm not beating a dead horse too much here, and I probably won't be able to get this back in the lock because it's really tough to get these in without a key holding these finger pins in. Actually, I do have a key right here, not the right one for the sidebar, the sidebar won't go in, but I think, yeah, the key pins are right, but not for the sidebar. So yeah, there's nothing. This is basically the same thing as if it were shimmed. There's no top pins in it, but when you shim those top pins, you take them out of play. Another thing I was going to add too is, I'm sure a lot of you already know this, but on the Twin system, the side pins don't match the key. The code is in the sidebar itself, not the pins. So the pins are all the same. All 5 of these pins are like this. True gate in the middle and false gates above and below. So the code is not in the pins, like, you know what I mean, you might expect. The code is in the sidebar itself. I'm not going to take that sidebar out, actually. But I hope that hope you better understand now, Chris, what I was trying to say in email. Yeah, sometimes I have a hard time picking the right words to use to get a point across, but yeah, hopefully you understand. I mean, you obviously do, because you're able to get your lock open, but yeah, now you know exactly what was going on. So I'll run over it again one time. You take your top pins out of play just like you normally would to shim a normal lock open, but obviously the lock still won't turn because the sidebar. But like I said, there's nothing stopping the core from coming out at that point that the top pins are taken out of play. And obviously the back's off your lock. Alright guys, so just a quick video. I might as well just make this public. I don't expect too many views on it, but if I can help someone out, I'll do the best to do that. Again, Chris, hopefully that was helpful to you. Let me know. And again, don't be shy to fire any questions my way. Alright guys, appreciate everyone's support as always, and take care. See you in the next video.